Okay, so now that we've picked our book, it's time to start our daily setups. So we begin the new year. We've written Happy New Year here to everybody. We have our month and our date, and we've started with a calendar. At the bottom of the page, I like to put next month's calendar, and the calendars are really easy to use and to create. If you don't like doing the calendars, this time of year is a fabulous time to start, because look at this. I could simply take this off, and this is a calendar of the year that is for inspiration and meditation. So I could, I looked at these and I thought, why would I do the calendar over again? Why wouldn't I just take these off and put them there? You can easily do it with washi tape. And another calendar that that I got, that I'm thinking I might just tear this apart and use this instead of drawing my calendar out. And it's nice and neat, and it's all ready to go. And why not use them? Because we get a ton of these calendars and we don't use them. So keep them aside, the calendars that you get tons of them at this time of the year. And the other thing that I could do is looking at this dollar store planner that I received, or that I bought. I could also take this out, the calendar on this, and instead of doing it over again, I could do this on one page, and I could just cut it and paste it, cut it and put it in my book with washi tape. So something to consider if you're not into the drawing and everything, right? You'll notice that I have goals set up for the month. I have a column at the end here that says, how was my week? So that I can clearly define in a couple of words how my week was. And at the bottom here, I have goals for next month. Okay, so welcome to 2019. And we like to start with a calendar. There's tons of different variations on calendars. I actually made a mistake on this because I didn't skip lines here, but I skipped them on all of the rest of them. That's okay, because it leaves me a little bit more room to write stuff in there. This is my free writing page, and you can see my attempt at art. I'm not a good artist at all. I'm not really good at freestyle at all. It's something that I can do a little bit of if I have a picture in front of me, but I'm not really good at it. So I try to do it on these pages here before I actually put it into my journal. That's just a freestyle. Next we have, I know we have doctor's appointments in the beginning of the book, but this is my monthly reminder of the things that are happening. You'll see my attempt at artwork here. These are lungs, by the way. I'm not sure what they look like, but they certainly don't look to me like lungs, but whatever. These are my cardiac appointments and stuff that I have coming up. So I'd like to leave a page at the beginning of the month just to remind me, because sometimes I forget, and it's just another indicator of doctor's appointments that I've had, people that I've seen. Remember that we have to be grateful. And this is my gratitude page. So I usually do one of these every month, and I'll have a little meme here. This month's is just breathe and be grateful. I like the color yellow because it shows optimism. And these are the things, every line here, I will write something that I'm grateful for. And I hopefully will have 30 lines. I'll hopefully go around and I'll have 30 or 31 lines, because I'll have one thing every day that I'm grateful for. This is meditative, when we write down what we are grateful for, and it gives us pause to stop and think about what, even though we have chronic illness, what are the things that we are grateful for? Because every day we have to find something to be grateful for. Otherwise, we become not a nice person. So that's my grateful page. The next thing that we'll do is we'll do a water tracker. So for those of us with chronic illness, you are either encouraged to drink water or encouraged not to drink water. Depending on your illness, it will be, you'll find the difference. With COPD, you're encouraged to drink water because it thins the mucus. If you have heart failure, you're not allowed to drink water. So you have to monitor the water up and down, right? So what I have here is the days of the month. And across the top, I have how many glasses of water that I've had. So here, on this day, I had 72 ounces of water. The day before that, I had 56 ounces, and the day before that, I had 64 ounces of water. So this is an easy tracker. It takes you like 2 seconds to fill this up, to set this up on your page. And it's an easy tracker of how many glasses of water you've had. And the other thing that you might want to consider is leaving an extra column at the end so that you can put on there the end of the day how you felt about the water. Sometimes when I drink too much water, I find that I feel like I'm drowning. And that's part and parcel with what I have. So I have to be careful about how much water that I'm drinking, and yet still maintain enough water to thin the mucus. I have once again a meme, and when I see memes that I really, really like, I tend to write them down someplace in my tracker. So this was one that I saw at the very beginning of the year. Your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after an experience becomes your trademark. This is so vitally important because we deal with people every day who are chronically ill or dealing with people who are chronically ill. And it's not always a happy situation. So something to keep in mind, that how you leave others feeling after an experience with you is your trademark. And I think we always want to leave people with a really good impression. So this is my sleep tracker. And as we all know, sleep is one of the vitally important things that we have to take care of when we have chronic illness. You'll see my key up here, my cloud with disease. That's my key for sleep, okay? So what we have here is the days of the month again, and across the time, what time we went to bed. This is how many hours sleep we got, okay? And on this side, we have, did we have a nap today? So this day I had, on the first I had 12 hours sleep. On the second I had 12 hours sleep. On the third I had 13 hours sleep. And on the fourth I had 8 hours sleep. I'm not going to apologize for that. That's how much time I have to sleep in order to be able to recover from my lack of breathing. At the bottom here it says, create a sleep routine, reading, drinking sleepy tea, meditation, no TV for 1 hour before bed. And that is going to be my new schedule for the new year, on trying to get to bed on time and get the proper sleep so that I can be productive for the next day. The next thing that we're going to track is our mood tracker. I like the mood tracker because our moods change so much throughout the day, and from day to day and from month to month. So the reason why I like this is because sometimes you look back at it and you go, oh, I wasn't that miserable as I thought I was, or I wasn't in as bad a mood as I thought I was, or sometimes you are not as happy as you think you will be. So what we have here is the days of the month, and across the top we have morning, noon, night, and then notes on our mood for the day. It's interesting to track this because it's interesting to find out how many days I was actually happy. Although I focus on the bad days, when you look back at your tracker, what you might realize is that you had more good days than you actually had bad days. And that would be the key, okay? So we have happy, glad, angry, sad, melancholy, and tired. At the bottom of the page, I'm asking you the question, what improves your mood? So we need to write some stuff down there on what improves your mood. What makes you happy? What changes your mood? What makes your day go long? Once we identify these things, then we can hopefully artificially include them in the day so that we don't have bad days, we have more good days. These are my goals for January, and one of my goals is getting this course up by Friday. Then we have a typical spread, which is a week's